It was very informative. Went pretty good. He gave me what he thought about how the season went for me, and there were some notes from coaches about me during the year. So,
what was their overall take?
He was just understanding of the fact that the opportunities were less, but just saying that I worked really hard and was a professional on and off the court, and brought some value to the team, and so it was an overall positive meeting.
What does it mean to you to hear somebody talk about that professionalism and what you can bring, even if you're not necessarily on the court?
It definitely feels good because you felt like you have some impact on the team, considering, but I let my work speak for itself. I always tried to make sure I stayed ready and do the necessary things to, be positive and have an impact on the team, so I just try to stay with that.
Josh, that's kind of what Phil said that he appreciated. There was a certain point in the playoffs where they, obviously with Bynum, Gasol, Odom,
Right.
There's a reason why the team wins the title, right? That's the best three-man big tandem. But the fact that you just had to stay ready. Did you have some dialogue with Phil about that, or does that all come from your own mindset?
I haven't really talked to Phil about that, but I feel like along with myself and some of the other guys that were bench players that we did our parts, especially in practices, to get the guys ready, make it competitive, and go really hard. So, whatever we could do to help, as far as with the practice or with our energy that we brought in games, hopefully it was very helpful to the guys that were performing.
And then anyone that was watching behind the scenes, sort of pre-game or in practice, you had that role of whether it was getting guys motivated, speaking guys getting, that seemed to develop even more this year than last year.
Right.
Is that just natural just because of you being here for a second year?
I think maybe a little bit of both. And, I just tried to have some type of impact on the court, to do something a little bit more differently than last year, being that the opportunities were even more fewer. So.
Have you had a chance to think about this summer, how you might approach it?
No. I just put it in guys' hands. I understand that the organization is going to have decisions that they have to make, and I understand that and respect it, and I just got to make sure that no matter what, that I'm ready. Wherever it is that I'm supposed to land next year.
If it was up to you, this would be your first choice staying here?
Of course I love it. The relationships that I've built and been able to accomplish, a lot. And, of course, I want to be able to be with this team and defending the championship again. So it's definitely, for me, personally, it's been a great 2 years. I would have never thought that I'd be here yet again for another year with the same team. It's my first time in my career, and to be able to win another championship. So,
Josh, there weren't many guys that seemed to have the ear of Kobe or Fisher in particular, like two veterans that have been in the league for so long.
Right.
How did that relationship with you develop over these 2 years with those leaders in particular?
I think through my work ethic and through my drive that I had, and hopefully you would like to think that guys could respect that and take heed to guys that work hard and have try to have a positive mind about things and bring a positive energy towards the team.
How much does it mean that is something that they do notice as far as your work?
It definitely means a lot, because it's a long season, and if people never say anything to you, human nature could kick in, and you wonder if people really notice or appreciate what you do, and I think not only with myself, but along with other guys, there's been a struggle, being that we're low-minute guys, and, you have to do those things to stay ready and stay with it, and you just want to be able to feel like you've had some type of impact on the team.
I know we've talked about this before, but how hard is it to do kind of your role in the team? Because everybody, like you said, everybody wants to play. You want to get out and show what you can do.
It's very hard. It's extremely hard because the amount of work that you have to put in more so when you don't play versus when you do. When it comes to your rhythm, when it comes to your conditioning. When it comes to a lot of those things, you know, you have to put in way more to stay with it, and you know, make the most out of your opportunities, because you know, when your number's called, you might get 30 seconds, you might get 10, 15 minutes, you never know. But you got to make sure you put an impact, you know, on the floor, because you know that's what you'll be remembered by no matter what. So
When you think about your options this summer and looking at teams, how do you weigh situation? Because you mentioned liking being here and liking being part of a championship caliber team versus opportunity that could be somewhere else, but maybe not a team that's as good.
I mean, you don't, you know, for me personally, I just deal with it as it comes. You know, it's tough. You know, of course, everybody wants to win, but everybody can't win. So you're gonna, you know, there's gonna be one winner, and the rest are gonna have to go home. And I just hope whatever works out, you know, that it'll definitely be in the best interest for myself and for the organization. That's all I can really pray on and hope that happens. I don't try to look into anything else. You know, I haven't really been looking into any rosters, anything else going on around. It's wherever I land, and I'll make the most of it.
Josh, this could be somewhat of an obvious answer, but we talked about how tough your journey was just getting to this point, having to go overseas in college and going on and so forth, and now looking back with 2 rings and just the meaning for your family and you personally.
It's worth it. I don't really think I can put it into the best answer, but for me, you know, emotionally and other things that I felt, you know, it's definitely it's been worth it. It's been worth the ups and downs. It's been worth everything, you know. And I couldn't really tell you the meaning, you know. I'm just very happy, you know, to have gotten to this point. And I hope and I believe that better things are yet to come.
Cool. Thank you, Josh.